welcome back to another edition of There Will Be Expletives. I'm Jeff.
I'm Ron.
And holy hell, Ron, we're going to need cigarettes. We're going to need a psychiatrist. Tonight is going to be rough because Hollywood is officially imploding on itself. Like, we're watching it die before our very eyes.
We have been for years, Jeff, to be fair.
Well, this week, I mean, this is a quick aside. They're making an Angry Birds movie that comes out this week. I know. I literally tweeted this like 3 days ago.
And for some reason, they're already angry before the eggs were even taken.
I tweeted this like a couple days ago. People quit playing Angry Birds like 3 years ago. Who the fuck is going to watch the Angry Birds movie?
I don't know. Maybe Angry Birds Transformers brought it back.
I'm literally channeling my Twitter pic with Cartman rubbing his eyes. Like, it's been that type of day. But yeah, we have so much news to get through today that we're just going to jump right in. And before we go to any of the headlines, we did want to talk about someone that has passed that will be dearly missed, and that is Mr. Darwyn Cooke. And if you are pretty much a fan of DC Comics or any of the DC animated films, anything of that matter, you really, even if you don't know it, are a big fan of Darwyn Cooke, because this guy is not only a legend in the comics industry, but has outreached in the other DC projects, such as he was a storyboard artist for Batman the Animated Series.
Which had a big impact on not just our childhood, a lot of people's lives, really.
He was a storyboard artist in addition to that, as well as the Superman cartoon of the 90s, the other animated one.
The only time Superman was good.
Yeah, well, I like Man of Steel.
Well,
we've gone over that, but no one else did. He did, maybe my favorite thing he ever did is the amazing title sequence of Batman Beyond.
The title sequence is
that
incredible.
Title sequence, the awesome-ass visuals and the music, it is one of my favorite title sequences ever.
Even without the music, the visuals alone.
If for like a kid's cartoon, it sets the mood that it actually has like an edge to it. It's so good. It's so fucking good. He had a very, very distinct art style that was really awesome. If you've ever actually seen it, him and Ed Brubaker actually did the Catwoman redesign that you see in the Arkham games. I think where she has like the small ears, and it's like her hair is wrapped up inside the skin tight like cap type thing, and she has the goggles. That's Darwyn Cooke. That's actually his.
Okay.
So that kind of like it's really, really special to be able to come in after a character's been around for 70 years or whatever, 60 the Catwoman has been, and actually throw in an idea for a redesign that sticks like 15 years later. That's something special. And then not only that, the dude could write too, because in 2004 he released DC: The New Frontier, which was an Eisner Award-winning miniseries out of DC. It was basically a revision of the origins of the DC universe if they had come out during like the 50s. It was kind of like a space age kind of DC.
Okay.
It won a whole bunch of awards. And just to show you how good it is, the library that the DC animated guys have at their disposal. 2004, it was a miniseries as a comic. 4 years later, it was already an animated movie from that division. They did the Justice League: The New Frontier movie is an adaptation of Darwyn Cooke's story, and it was a cool movie. It was cool. But yeah, Darwyn Cooke, you will be missed. This was a rough one because he
wasn't even that old.
He was 53.
That's what I was thinking.
It's like this year has been brutal.
This year's been rough.
It's been brutal. But yeah, Darwyn Cooke, you will be missed. And
big bucket of wind, as Kevin Smith
in the immortal
say.
words of Mr. Kevin Smith, big gigantic cauldron of wind. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the movies now, and we're gonna bring the room down even more by talking about the new Ghostbusters trailer.
Oh my God, Jeff!
I can't deal with it.
And there was much rejoicing.
Ghostbusters, yay!
Okay, I want to preface this by saying yes, people are taking this too seriously. It's gonna be bad, but it's a fucking movie.
Yeah.
People are going overboard, but to be fair, this does look pretty shitty.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. One redeeming thing that was in the trailer that you and I saw. Everything else was fucking awful, but I think the most egregious thing that trailer has going for it is they totally pulled a Terminator Genesis.
When I watched it,
there's at least 3 or 4 major plot spoilers in that trailer.
Yeah, I watched it this morning. You just watched it a little bit ago for the first time, but when I watched it, I was like, "You're fucking kidding me!"
I don't know what this trend is with trailers having to spoil everything.
Okay, let's just fucking talk about it, because everyone listening to this is probably in the vein where they're going to watch these trailers. It looks like, we don't know 100%, but I'm 90% sure Chris Hemsworth is the main villain.
Which makes a lot more sense going out and getting Chris Hemsworth post-Thor and post-Avengers for the fucking reception.
And if I had watched the movie and found that out by watching the movie, I'd been like, cool plot twist.
Yeah.
Fuck that now.
Yeah, it's gone.
And then
moment's gone, guys.
The one that really got me was they fucking spoil. Does the marshmallow guy have a name?
Stay Puffed Marshmallow.
Okay,
Man.
yeah. They show him. He had a cool design too
He
that I would
did.
have really liked to have seen via the movie. You motherfuckers. I don't get it.
Now, to be completely fair, which we don't have to be fair at all to this trailer, but to be fair, usually the people that make the movie have no say-so whatsoever in what's in the trailers, 9 times out of 10. So this is all in the marketing department, most likely. But
did you notice the music was actually there?
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't understand. Like, why do I even need to see the movie now? Because what? You're going to tell me in the third act the Ghostbusters lose and they all die? Because, I mean, I know they're going to win, and I know who's the villain.
The thing that baffled me was reusing that. I don't know if this is a race thing or a black, or it was a race thing or a female. What does she say? It's fucking awful.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
It's that line right
It's not
there.
funny.
Yeah.
It is so on the nose to the point it's offensive almost.
Yeah. And just the other day, Ghostbusters was trending. I was going to say twinding on Twitter. It was twinding on Twitter. And people were going on about how if you're against this movie, then you're misogynistic, you're sexist, you're against women, all this thing. This trailer is not helping women. This trailer is fucking using women, because right now they're the hottest thing at the moment, being the leads and everything. And the way their jokes are written and the way everything's using, they're exploiting women. They're not helping women.
And I have something to say to all those people minimalizing negative reaction to this by saying you're purely being misogynistic. And to that, I say you can go fuck yourself, because 2 of my favorite 5 movies from last year were Mad Max Fury Road and Star Wars. Spoiler alert, female fucking protagonists.
Done very well.
Nothing to do with the fact they're female. It has to do with a poorly written script.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Fucking, we just had our fucking podcast where we just talked for like 20 minutes.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. Tonight's watch every Sunday night. We had like a 20-minute discussion of how awesome Khaleesi is.
Yeah.
It's like, that is such a bullshit argument that it
is.
makes me angry when I read it every time. Because the only reason you don't like this has nothing to do with its qualities as a film. It is purely the sex of the characters. That is fucking... you are hurting your own argument.
You take all the politics away, it still just looks like a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Ralph Garman had tweeted hashtag I ain't afraid of old jokes, because every joke that has been in every single trailer is like a cliche since the 60s.
What the fuck is that Jaws quote?
What does that have to do with anything?
It has nothing to do with anything. It is not funny. I'm just like, I don't understand.
I think it's supposed to be funny because it doesn't fit based on the other character's reaction in the room to it.
I was stunned. Okay, we have to give them, after like 17 trailers, I chuckled once at the funny bit at the end with the ghosts on her shoulders.
Yes.
And the selfie sticks. That is legitimately funny. Congratulations. I will grant you that one, but it took you, 10 minutes of trailer screen time combined through all of them to make me laugh.
I bet that's the only thing you'll laugh at in the whole movie.
Ron.
I know.
I'm not even.
We spent too much time on this shit, dude.
We really have, but
it doesn't deserve this much
actually,
airtime.
the only reason I'll see this in the theater is to talk about it.
Yeah.
I have no interest in if
it's a $5 Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll watch it. Yeah, fuck them. We're not giving them not $10. But yeah, we need to move on. Let's talk about another trailer that popped up.
How about a movie that looks good, Jeff?
Assassin's Creed. We got our first look, like literally 10 minutes after our last week's podcast went up. So this is a little bit old news.
If you had talked to me, I don't know, maybe even just 3 to 5 years ago, and told me that there was going to be a big budget, high profile Assassin's Creed movie, I would have told you it would have fucking sucked.
And first of all, I don't know who the cinematographer is, but it is just gorgeous to look at.
It's the game.
I would watch that movie on mute. It is so gorgeous.
I want to know how many hours they put into studying the game, because it feels like the game, but in movie format. Like, it looks done looks done. That's how you speak, right? It looks like it's done very well.
Really, I think what this movie always had really going for it was Fassbender.
Yeah.
Because Fassbender is getting up there to where if this had just a garbage-ass script or a really bad director, I don't think he ever would have continued keeping it. Like, he had to fight, like, Ryan Reynolds style to get this movie finally made. Like, it was a long, drawn-out process, and...
I didn't realize he was that invested.
He's been invested trying to get this off the ground for a long, long time, like good 2 or 3 years now.
Now, my understanding is also in a recent interview, he said that he knew next to nothing about the games until recently, and then he started going through them all.
Which actually, I think, can help the movie, because I think it was very smart of them to not just straight up pull the Altair or Ezio storylines. I think it was smart to set it in the universe, but make your own thing.
Me and Phil have always talked about, like, if we were going to make say, a Zelda movie, for example, because that's the one that we always come back to, is we're huge fans of Zelda, and it deserves something, and just whatever it would get would be garbage. But if you were going to do a movie off, say, something Zelda, a very popular video game franchise, everybody knows it, you don't want to take a plot line from a game, because you can't take 80 hours of gameplay and condense it down to a 2-hour movie. And
also, it's something you've already experienced, so why would you want to do it again?
Exactly. So do something original, let the game follow. And it looks like that's what they're pretty much doing.
Those fight scenes, especially the one where the girl assassin does like the 360 double hidden blade takedown, fucking metal. Like, straight up from those badass Ezio fight scenes we watched.
Dude, the crazy face tattoo Fassbender has going on, it actually looks pretty cool.
I like how his costume design is like the more bluish gray, like the older Ezio
the old Ezio from Revelations.
Very cool. Like we talked about, I mean, like, they have so many fucking it's their fan service moments, but done in a cool way. Like, it ends on the fucking leap of faith. Like, very cool. Like,
and like you said, the cinematography is just gorgeous. Ridley Scott level gorgeous.
I think this one, at the very minimum, will be a fun watch just for visuals.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know anything about the plot yet. And honestly, after that trailer, I'm probably not going to watch anymore. I've seen all I need to see.
You were sold, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want them spoiling anything.
It looks like the Animus
spoilers, they want to go into his past for something.
Oh my god, they're going to assassinate someone.
but you know, I don't want to know for what. I think I'm going to wait.
I like how it looks like the Animus has been altered to make it a little bit more movie viable, and how it's kind of Pacific Rim. I think that was the term you used, how it's a little bit...
It's Pacific Rim-ish. I think it would have worked the other way. I think they did that just to give more of a visual impact, because if it's in your mind and everything's plugged into your mind, you don't need physical movement.
What that's also there for, in my opinion, is for people who have no idea what it is and haven't played the games. Like, they have more of an idea of what's going on.
You could kind of call this a spoiler, I guess. It's in the games. It's a plot line through 2 or 3 of the games. But I think the bleed over is what that is there for, to make that more viable, because Desmond starts taking on the characteristics of his past.
And by the way, these are no characters actually in the movie. They're using a completely different assassin, so people know that we are not just straight up talking about what's going to happen. So.
Yes, but there's a bleed over effect where he starts taking on some of the aspects and the abilities and the training of his former, like, past relatives and stuff. So I think it would give a little bit more viability to that, but again, if it's all in your brain, it still makes sense. But I don't know. I think it's mostly for visual impact.
Yeah, I think it's for visual impact and for people who don't understand it from the don't have
who haven't played the game,
who haven't played the games, and then it's a quick and easy way to say that he's an avatar, basically.
And you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I mean, I don't have anything against it, but even if I did, I wouldn't say anything because I haven't seen the movie yet. I don't know what the reasoning is for having it.
The only negative, as everyone knows, is for whatever goddamn reason they decided to put a Kanye song with it that didn't fit it at all, and is just an annoying song by itself. So I didn't get that.
If you haven't seen the trailer yet, or fuck it, if you have seen the trailer, YouTube Assassin's Creed movie trailer music fix, and they changed the Kanye West song to the song from the Assassin's Creed Revelations trailer. The only downside is the music is a little loud.
It's still better, though.
So you may actually want to watch both trailers if you haven't seen it yet, just to make sure you get all the dialogue.
Or there might even be another one where that's been fixed, too, where like a perfect trailer.
Yeah, there could be. But As far, I mean, obviously we don't know since we haven't seen the movie. As far as I can tell, it didn't look like any major plot spoilers in that trailer at all to me.
No, that'll be in their next trailer, I'm sure.
I'm sure. I mean, it's Fox,
they fucking assassinate someone. Holy shit, I didn't want to know that, you guys. But yeah.
Boy, that movie looks so violent, Jeff.
I'm really excited, though. I'm really, really excited. I was already looking forward to it, but they sold me on the look of it. I think it's just beautiful.
3 to 5 years ago, I would have told you that movie would fucking suck as soon as it was announced.
I swear to God,
actually,
dude,
it was announced 3 to 5 years ago.
If they fuck up both this and Warcraft, we're boned.
Yeah.
We're boned. But yeah, let's talk about.
We're homeward boned.
nice callback. So next up
to nothing.
Next up, your favorite ever, Ron. Bayformers is coming back.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Transformers 5 has a new title and logo. It is Transformers : wait for it, The Last Night. Dun 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 dun.
The last generic title.
I actually didn't mind Age of Extinction.
Really?
As a title, it's fucking better than Last Night.
Well, as a title, yeah, I'll give you that.
Well, no. I haven't seen Age of Extinction. Is that the fourth one?
Yeah.
Is that the Marky Mark one?
Yes.
I haven't fucking seen that movie.
When you said that, you blew my fucking mind for a second.
Like, first of all, the movie is like 4.5 hours long. Why the shit would I give away more hours of my life for Bayformers?
Have a Transformer.
What? No.
Yeah. What I don't get though is why the Tomb Raider font.
Why? Okay, first of all,
the first 4 movies that had the Transformers font was pretty cool.
Well, okay, first of all, we haven't voted in Donald Trump as president yet. What did we do to deserve 5 Bayformer movies?
I don't know. And from what I hear, that's probably not the last one either.
Well, he's been fucking threatening us, quote
he's
unquote.
He's been fucking my childhood, is what he's been doing.
I think they put that in the notes, that no childhood remains unscathed after Transformers 5. He's been saying he's going to quit since, like, the second one.
Yeah.
And he keeps, like, they keep bringing me back.
That means the paychecks are getting bigger.
It frustrates me, man. I'm not even like a diehard Transformers fan, and I'm insulted and annoyed as I like Devastation, and even as a really mild Transformers fan, this is insulting to me that he keeps being allowed to make these films.
It's gonna be 20 years at least before I get my reboot, and it makes me sad.
Dude, it's like, and Del Toro isn't doing Pacific Rim anymore. Like, Del Toro could do something really cool shit with Transformers.
And that was the Transformers / Rock'em Sock'em Robots / Godzilla movie we always wanted.
The best Transformer movie I've seen is Pacific Rim. I don't care what the fuck anyone else says about that, because that is a fact, Ron.
Yes.
It's a fucking fact.
They don't even have to transform, and it is still a better Transformers movie.
First of all, you are into this. Any idea what Last Night means?
Not a clue.
I don't know either. If you don't know...
it could be something from one of the newer properties.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be Marky Mark's back. I don't know if we said that, but
Marky Mark's back too. I thought it was Duhamel.
Well, he is back.
Oh God, they put him with Marky Mark.
Yeah, Josh Duhamel. I can't remember.
Well, at least he's still in Transformers. Because remember when he had his internet meltdown, Charlie Sheen style? He wanted to be in Transformers. He wanted to be Iron Man. He wanted to be.
Was that Josh Duhamel?
No, that was Marky Mark.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And
what?
No. Yeah, he got... Why is that not a drop?
It should be.
He got Transformers. Thank God he's not anywhere near the MCU.
That's a Transformer.
What? No. Oh, I went walking for a second.
Optimus. This is funny. Oh, there was like a 10-second teaser of nothing.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck that is either. This movie isn't even in production yet. They don't even start production for like a month.
I really feel like that they're going a little bit of a Scott Cathon on that 10-second promo thing, because Optimus's eyes are purple. That has to mean something.
And it could have
there's a plot line even in Beast Wars where Optimus gets turned Predacon, which is the Beast Wars equivalent of Decepticon. There's got to be something.
You think Optimus is maybe the bad guy?
Something may happen to Optimus because his eyes. Everybody that has even heard of Transformers, Optimus Prime is the most iconic character, and everybody knows his eyes are blue. So for his eyes to be purple,
but it's going to be done awfully, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, something else is going to be fucking terrible, Ron. is the Tetris movie. If you
I know you've been waiting your whole life for this, Jeff.
Dude, in the third act, when that fucking block twisted around and fit next to the other block.
I know. I thought it was game over, but no, it connected perfectly and wiped out half the screen. Yeah. No, what the fuck?
No. We need to preface this by saying not only is the Tetris movie greenlit and going to happen, they were given $80 million.
And that's not all, Jeff. It's
order in the next 15 minutes.
It's part 1 of 3.
You're shitting me.
You didn't know this?
Actually, I think I did read that, but it was so terrible my brain like fucking wiped it from my memory.
It's part 1 of 3, and it's going to be a sci-fi drama thriller.
Okay.
I know at least sci-fi drama.
Unless I'm missing something. Tetris is still fucking Tetris, right?
It's not going to be what you think it's going to be, which is literally what the article said in the middle. That's a quote from some douchebag that's in on this movie. So it's not going to be what you think it's going to be.
So movie 2, the spoiler twist is that the L block is the villain.
You want to talk like 80s retro video games that should be a sci-fi drama thriller? Go Galaga or Space Invaders. Don't fucking go Tetris.
Yeah, at least there's fucking shit happening. Shit blows up
in space too.
Dude, fucking Battleship is like a Scorsese film compared to fucking Tetris. Like, what do you do?
I don't know. But
I don't even know what to say.
I don't know.
Oh, what else? I didn't include the notes because fuck them, but there's an animated movie of those little fucking fluffy-haired troll dolls.
Yes.
What? The serious fuck? Those were worthless as toys.
But you know what? And this could be a spoiler, but I heard Mimi's the villain.
Oh my god. The deep cut to Drew Carey show that I appreciate. But yeah, dude, this is like fucking Hollywood imploding on itself.
Dude, I would watch a Funko movie before I would fucking watch, because you could do Lego movie shit with that.
Yeah, they actually make a lot of money off that. We need to delete this from the pod and actually like submit that for money. So
copyright TWBE Productions.
We didn't sound it so official, but yeah, dude, seriously, what the fucking hell?
I don't know.
It's just devastating, and I feel like I need alcohol and a cigarette.
And that's exactly why we're moving on, because fuck that movie.
Let's talk about some actual good shit, Ron.
You know what? It's probably going to have Adam Sandler in it.
No. Jack Black.
Yes.
Jack Black.
Perfect.
Is
he can't shit on enough of my childhood after Goosebumps, so we have to do Tetris too.
Okay, let's move on before I have an aneurysm.
Dr. Mario's the sequel.
Shut up! You're giving them ideas.
Bejeweled is the third one.
You're giving them ideas. Idris Elba looking like a pimp in the fucking Dark Tower movie, and he's like in front of a green screen. It's not even finished. Already looks boss as hell. I cannot wait, dude. He looks kind of like Rip does in Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes.
Kind of like quasi-Western, but still like a little like modern kind of tweak on it.
Yeah.
Looks fucking cool. All over this movie, dude. Idris Elba, fucking Rorschach, the girl from Vikings, like all over this movie. Can't wait. Love Stephen King. It's going to be super awesome, I think. Comes out next year. They've been actually doing a pretty good job on Stephen King properties lately, I think. Like, we had...
Not that they've done a bad job on a lot of those stuff.
We have this one coming up. Script at least has to be decent, or Idris Elba wouldn't be attached to it.
Right.
I liked 11/22/63 quite a bit.
I still need to start that.
I think you'd like it.
Along with everything else that's come out.
I think you would dig it. And we had the brilliant adaptation of The Shining in South Park. We can't forget that one. But yeah, more good news, Ron. DC is finally pulling their head out of their asshole and has named Geoff Johns a Kevin Feige, which is now a term in Hollywood. Because the guy did Kevin Feige is so amazing. His name is now a Hollywood noun.
It's a rank.
It's a job.
It's a rank. You're a 3-star Feige.
DC is this is actually incredibly smart for DC to realize that Batman v Superman was not a route you wanted to continue. And now they have a driving force behind this.
This gives me hope for their future movies.
Geoff Johns, if you're unfamiliar with him, is a chief creative officer for actual DC Comics. If you like,
so he knows his shit.
If you like Flashpoint Paradox, that is a Geoff Johns book.
He's responsible for the New 52, isn't he? Also,
the New 52. Yeah, they actually used Flashpoint Paradox within the comics, like it was in the movies, was what created the new universe.
Yeah.
So I think in Justice League New 52, he did at least the first few arcs with Jim Lee, which was the foundation.
Isn't Justice League War the New 52?
Yeah, Justice League War was the first
adaptation
when they started doing New 52 stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the comic because I actually knew it.
Throne of Atlantis was the name of the Aquaman one that Geoff Johns did, but I can't remember the first one. But yeah, it was the Dark Side one. It was really cool.
So if you like any of those animated movies, Flashpoint Paradox, Justice League War, or Throne of Atlantis, they're all based on Geoff Johns comics, basically.
A lot of what we really, really like about The Flash. Geoff Johns is a co-creator of The Flash TV show. His favorite character is actually, I believe he said, The Flash. So he was a big driving force behind the TV show.
Which gives that movie hope.
Yeah, dude. What's cool too is
it's still kind of entered a little bit of production hell.
I wanted to actually have a callback to Mark Bernardin.
Okay.
On this because he made the
Mark Bernardin.
Love him too. One of my favorite analysts in the world.
This is turning into a Kevin Smith fan show.
It really will. That's who we want to be when we grow up. Is Mark Bernardin, Kevin Smith, and Ralph Garman. But he made the brilliant observation Mark Bernardin did of what makes the MCU work so well is they feel like really long episodes of a really long TV show.
Yes.
And you cannot have that work without a showrunner, which is what Kevin Feige is over there.
Yes.
And they desperately need that. Quick shout out to John Berg, who is a VP at Warner Brothers.
Who has not been mentioned until now.
Who is, I did want to give him some props because he is a VP business guy. So he's going to be basically doing the behind the scenes numbers so Geoff Johns can creatively go to town, which is really, really what they need. Because
Geoff Johns, here's your money, run with it.
Yeah, Geoff Johns is co-writing the Batman movie. Batman in a Geoff Johns movie will not fucking kill people.
Yes.
So that automatically right there, we're in the clear. It's a lot better.
Already, I have like 2 notches for that movie.
Just fucking Geoff Johns. Yeah, I love me some Geoff Johns. But yeah, something else they've been talking about over there at Warner Brothers is the potential for a Harley Quinn spinoff. What are your thoughts on this?
I get why. I don't get how.
Okay,
it makes sense with female heroine / villainous.
First of all, it is a brilliant business move.
It's a brilliant business move. Story-wise, I don't know what she is outside of the Batman / Joker universe.
Now, pretty much what they've done with her...
outside of Suicide Squad.
What they've done with her in the comics, because she actually does have a lot... I think she might even have an ongoing current one. She actually does have her own books. There have been quite a few Harley Quinn comics of just her, where they do have some shit to pull from if they want to.
Poison Ivy in them?
Probably.
Doesn't she always get into shenanigans with Red?
In the animated series, that was a big ongoing thing. Yeah, I totally get the business move. I I have really good feelings about her in that role in the movie. Suicide Squad. When we get this, I'm really excited to first see Harley Quinn. Even if that
movie blows, everything looks right.
She'll be great.
On Harley Quinn.
I think bar none, she'll be great. But yeah, I'm totally 110% on board with you. I don't know how, but I totally get why.
Yeah,
we'll just have to wait and see.
But I mean, I know I'm not complaining. I'm not knocking it. I'm not necessarily for it either. I'm just kind of baffled a little bit by it, I guess. But like I said, business-wise, I get it. And after Batman vs. Superman, we know they're all about business decisions at the moment.
They need every little bit of goodwill they can get.
Yeah.
And this is the one thing they have beaten Marvel to the punch on, is they actually... we already know Wonder Woman is coming out before the MCU has ever had a female-led superhero film. By the time this gets made, and because it's a Harley Quinn movie, it's not going to take forever to get done because it's not going to be special effects heavy.
Right.
So they could potentially have 2 by the time Marvel even has their first one in production. Even a script done.
Now, this also gives me a pretty good feeling about Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad movie. Because apparently, to even have this idea, they've liked her enough in that movie to even toss this idea around. I actually,
that's a good thing you brought that up, because I did want to mention too, the word of mouth, and I don't know if this is 100% confirmed, but everything I've read has said she actually went to them with the idea.
Really?
She spearheaded it, which is another good sign that she actually is enthusiastic about the character she's playing. That's always a good sign.
Yes.
But what I think really shows that this might not have been a coincidence that this Harley Quinn shit started going down is this week we got our next news story popping up, and that is, if you have not heard the Iron Man 3 debacle of 2016.
Whoops, that was the wrong button. Kind of fits though.
Yeah, that works too. You're fucking up my show, Ron.
There we go.
Shame.
I gave it the long one.
So
it needs all the shame it can get.
First of all, I first heard about this story by going onto Twitter one day and then going on to the trending list, and I see Iron Man 3. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And I have to click on it, and then I go down to this fucking shitstorm, even by Internet 2016 standards, dude. Like, if you guys have not heard of this story, it is fascinating. And it is...
and sad.
And sad and depressing and... Man, okay, so everyone knows... Iron Man 3, Guy Pearce was the villain, was the quote-unquote Mandarin, I guess? Because they obviously had... I'm not fucking calling spoilers, Iron Man 3, everyone's fucking seen Iron Man 3. You're led to believe... I'm blanking. I love him. What's his name? Who is
Ben Kingsley?
Ben Kingsley. You're led to believe by all the advertising he's the Mandarin, and he's not. It's actually Guy Pearce, kinda. I guess
it's not really. It was more or less just a front to mask him as the villain.
Yeah, but so apparently, and this is all courtesy of Shane Black, the director. He has come out this week.
Who gives no fucks because he's responsible for at least some, if not all, the lethal weapons. He's responsible for Last Boy Scout.
Man, if you want to know how like fucking crazy Shane Black is, he actually sold the script for Lethal Weapon, his first movie. He was around the age of 20.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's been doing this for a while, and if you are that good to get that shit greenlit like that, and it was a pretty damn good movie, like for your first movie, like that's just crazy. Or not, maybe not his first movie, but like his first big break as a.
I mean, that young to get any kind of break.
Yeah, but I think what happened was that might have been the first script that he sold, but it took a while to get made. That might be what I'm thinking of. But he was very young when he got it submitted in. But so he came out. And this is where the fucking debacle came out of. He basically said their original script, which was completed, had a female villain. This was his quote. There was an early draft of Iron Man 3 where we had an inkling of a problem. He told the internet website Uprocks, I guess is where this all originated. We had a female character who was the villain in the draft. We had finished the script. We were given a no-holds-barred memo saying that cannot stand. We have changed our minds because after consulting, we've decided that the toys will not sell. The toys won't sell as well because it's a female. So we had to change the entire script because of the toy-making process.
What the fuck?
And we have to quickly say he did a follow-up report on the Shane Black did saying this was the previous tier before Feige took over.
Now,
Ike Mudd or something, I forget his last name. I had it actually. You go ahead. What were you about to say?
I was going to say, if you want to sell toys, then make a convincing character. Doesn't matter if it's female or not. You know what I mean?
First of all, this makes me, just before you get into the politics of it, it makes me sad as a viewer of the MCU films because I think it's a big reason that it ended up being so problematic in that script was like they had to fucking redo their whole movie.
Yeah.
Like, I would imagine they had a lot more twists and turns because, like, it would have been really cool
do you think it was that chick, the botanist chick?
It very well could have been. Like, it had to have been someone behind the scenes because in other quotes about this, Shane Black was basically saying it was like a big reveal. Like, it was going to be, along those lines. And it's a shame.
It almost makes me appreciate that movie just a little bit more because if they had to go back and rewrite that much, because if it was if the way they were going about it was that integral, then it's not an easy fix. And if it had a completed script, then they had to do it lickety-split because the movie had already been greenlit.
Ike Perlmutter was he has been notorious as far as a no-holds-barred, we are doing this strictly for financial reasons. Every fucking decision was ever made while he is still...
The MCU was a vehicle for toy commercials, basically.
Pretty much. It was just strictly a revenue process.
That explains all the goddamn suits in Iron Man 3.
Right. So he was actually in charge of Kevin Feige. And then now, since then, over the last year or so, it was a big deal when Kevin Feige was pretty much made on equal terms. He's the head of the MCU division.
I'm surprised that this story stayed quiet as long as it did.
And the only reason it came out was because Shane Black can get away with it.
Yeah.
Like, you were joking, like, how you would, if anyone else had fucking said this other than, like, 9 or 10 people in Hollywood, like the 9 or 10 people in Hollywood, like big names, they would have been probably black sheeped out of the industry because it is that big of a deal. Only Shane Black would have the cojones to come out with this because in today's age...
What are you going to do? He's Shane Black.
He's fucking Shane Black. Like, he's doing Predator right now. He's like, what the fuck can you do? I already did my comic book movie. Fuck you. I don't want to... I mean...
Yeah.
And, dude, if DC could have Shane Black do a movie...
Dude.
They would have Shane Black do a fucking movie. It's like, this doesn't matter.
Could you imagine a Geoff Johns helmed Shane Black Batman?
Oh, it would be so cool. It'd be so cool.
Come on, especially after he's done Predator.
No, you know who I really like him to do is a Nightwing movie. His smart ass dialogue for Nightwing will be fucking cool. So yeah, this is...
Dude, put him on Titans.
Titans fucking dude. Like Shane Black, his smart ass dialogue could work for a lot of really, really cool characters. But yeah, this is pretty heartbreaking that this happened. And it also tied in with another thing that has happened over the last couple of years where apparently Black Widow was removed from a toy set, I guess, from the Age of Ultron thing. It's like, dude, I have no issue with DC doing what they're doing with the female leads because they should. That's their one thing they have up on Marvel.
When you were a kid and you're playing with action figures, did you give it two shits about the gender of the action figure?
It's just who's I can actually tell you I didn't because I was a big fan of the X-Men cartoon of the 90s. They had a lot of cool female characters. I remember having a couple of Rogue toys. And
you know what? That cartoon had some stronger female characters than a lot of fucking movies did.
Yeah, they really did. And it's just like, this is kind of devastating to find out about this. Like, I'm so glad that guy...
The only female toy that I never wanted was fucking RC. Fucking hated RC. She pissed me off.
But yeah, this is just...
And Blur.
Man, it was not a good week for Marvel because we're going to actually transition to our next thing. And you know what
this one amuses me, though.
You know what's also, good timing on that whole female villain debacle? Canceling Agent Carter. Could not have come out at a worse time, dude. Like, they're making bank off Civil War, but this was a bad week for Marvel.
I know. I was just so fucking disappointed in Agent Carter.
I'm still not over this. I'm really bummed because I loved dude, Agent Carter and Jarvis. Never gonna get that again. They were so awesome.
I wonder if this is what triggered Shane Black to release this. It was around the same time, wasn't it?
It's...
Agent Friday Carter was the news, I think, on Agent Carter.
Agent Carter was canceled either last Thursday or last Friday, around there.
Today being Wednesday.
I think this Shane Black thing came out over the last couple of days, so it could have been like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Yeah. But no, I mean, that show... Season 1, I'll give you not as much, but Season 2 is pretty fucking smart.
I still really like Season 1 purely for Agent... Even if the plot wasn't that good, it was Agent Carter and Jarvis, dude.
That's what I was going to say. Agent Carter and Jarvis were done extremely well. Any scenes Dominic Cooper had was done very well, but he's been very busy lately with Preacher and Warcraft and everything else. He's blowing up. So, no pun intended. And... She's smart, she's funny, she's a strong character, she's a presence in the room. She's one of the few that Marvel has.
I encourage anyone who likes Agent Carter at all to actually seek out a Nerdist article that was, I believe, titled Agent Carter, the Hero We Deserve.
Yeah.
It was an incredibly well done article, basically talking about because the writer was a female. She was basically talking about how this was such a strong female role model, and for them to cancel this show should have been continued purely for content, and it should never have been a business decision.
The thing that I saw on Twitter was hashtag I know my worth. I saw that a lot. It made me so sad to hear. I mean, and I know ratings and such, but it was on ABC number 1, which is Disney owned, just like everything else on the fucking planet. So, I mean... I
appreciate them giving us a second season, because we're lucky we got that. On any other network, it would have been canceled after season 1. So I appreciate we at least got 2.
If it was on Fox, it would have been like the first 3 episodes.
That show handled feminism better than anything in my book.
Oh, I know. They didn't shy away from it.
It was
all the sexist remarks that she had to go up against and the way she was treated.
She
by
was
everybody.
such a great character. She through all of that sexism and hatefulness was a co-founder of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, that's such a cool little plot point for the MCU, and for them to cancel it, they never even got to create S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
It's fucking heartbreaking.
I know.
I'm hoping...
And nothing came of Toby Jones either.
Now, there is a petition going around. People are trying to basically... I mean, it's change.org. Not historically good at actually getting change done.
Right.
But its heart's in the right place, because people are talking about, let's move it over to Netflix with their
Which
Marvel division.
Marvel has a strong presence on.
I would even be cool with them going forward in the timeline and giving us like an hour and 45-minute epilogue type movie that is the foundation of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
To give like just kind of an end cap to that show and that character. I think it'd be really, really cool. Like, man, you want some good PR? You come out and you say that we're gonna have a fucking Agent Carter movie.
Yes.
That would mean...
Or
it would
do a miniseries with her, something.
Something. It was prematurely canceled, because like it's one of those things where it's like, dude, you're fucking Disney. You own Star Wars, Marvel, ESPN.
You don't have to do it for a business
You don't have
decision.
to do it for business
Do it
decision.
for politics.
Do it for politics. Do it because it was a
Do it because it's the right thing.
It was the right...
Do it
yeah,
for the
do the
children.
right thing. Fucking... Yeah. Yeah. This really upsets me, dude.
It upset me on several levels. But that, and I'm going to miss my Agent Carter. She was one of my favorite people, in the MCU. And
best love interest too, even though it was so well done, they never even really got to have a romance between her and Cap, but it was like, to me, the most like endearing romance in the MCU.
It was still better than Twilight.
Yeah, like, dude, if you want fucking Winter Soldier, dude, those scenes with her, they destroy me.
I know.
It's so...
The first time that she started going in loop, I was just like, no.
But yeah.
What? No.
Oh, Marky Mark, you will never live that down.
Oh, but something else that I don't know how I feel about this, Jeff. Marvel's Most Wanted was canceled before it even started.
Canceled twice before it got started.
Pretty much. Bobby and Hunter left S.H.I.E.L.D. to...
Spoilers.
to basically have this show where they're just kind of running from people is what I got from the premise. But
I still would have watched it.
I would have watched it because it was Bobby and Hunter.
They're awesome.
Yeah. So Nick Blood, for nothing else, I mean, he's Hunter.
So good.
And they better bring them back into S.H.I.E.L.D. somehow.
Well, the most frustrating thing about this for me, that they should not have been written out of S.H.I.E.L.D. unless they had 100% green light.
Yeah.
Because they always...
I mean, given that they had one of the most beautiful send-offs in television history.
It was fantastic. It made me tear... Fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. made me cry a little bit. Like,
right?
That happened. That was a thing. But yeah, you could have always written them out later.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I don't get it either. And, when I heard Agent Carter was canceled, I was like, thank you, Marvel's Most Wanted. Thank you. And then I heard it was canceled. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Because we had a conversation about it. You were like, oh, well, I would like to see Most Wanted, but I think your quote was, I don't want it at the cost of Agent Carter.
And then you're like, well, I've got news for you.
Yeah, because it was being talked about how, like, first of all, when it got passed up the first time, that was a gigantic red flag.
Yeah.
Because when Marvel projects get, turned down right now, that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then another thing that upsets me about this is Bobby, if you want to go back into the politics of things, is one of their few very strong female leads that they've got going on, Mockingbird. And they wrote her out of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, dude.
And she doesn't even get her own show now.
Agents of Carter... Or Agents of Carter.
I would watch it.
Agent Carter and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. combined have more strong female characters than the MCU movie universe does. They really do when you think about it.
They do.
You got May, you got Daisy, you got Simmons, you've got Carter, you've got the secretary girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not even close. The movies, they had
Natalie Dormer.
The movies, they have obviously Black Widow and now Scarlet Witch. And after that, you have Piper, who hasn't been in a movie in like 3 movies.
Who the fuck's Piper?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Pepper.
Piper. Where did I get Piper? I forgot her name. She's been out of the movies for so long, Ron. That's a bad sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brutal.
I heard there's a reason behind that, though. Something going on with Gwyneth Paltrow.
It makes sense for Civil War,
Yeah.
not having that character in that movie, but yeah, I can see it too. Probably because why would they want to pay her all that fucking money when she's gonna be in the movie for like 5 minutes? Like,
Well, I think she was having issues. Like, she doesn't want to do it or something.
yeah, which is odd because they just had
Could-
all of that shit establishing her like in
And
Iron Man
then,
3.
I mean, I really wonder what's happening because what the fuck's her name doesn't want to do Thor anymore. Jane?
Natalie Portman. She straight up opted out of her contract.
Yeah, and then you got Gwyneth Paltrow. I believe I'm not mistaken, I believe I read that somewhere, Nerdist or something, that she's having a hard time wanting to come back.
Well, they also really don't have a place for Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
If you were going to use her in Civil War, I guess they could always bring her back for the Avengers films, but they obviously aren't going to do any more Iron Man movies because they would be on the slate if they were.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah.
No, they're not. Robert Downey Jr. has already come out and said Iron Man 4 is not happening. How are we talking about movies in our TV segment? What happened?
Marvel.
Speaking of Marvel and female leads, one of my favorites, which I guess I actually owe an apology to Chloe Bennet from our first time talking about S.H.I.E.L.D. because I believe I said she had like no acting ability, and that is completely fucking turned around.
She did it first, and then she developed into like fucking amazing all of a sudden.
I know. So, but Chloe Bennet did something that was kind of awesome, but because of it, I will miss her. So she was on
climbing up on the horse with Shane Black off into the sunset.
Yeah, pretty much. She was on a panel. If you don't know who Chloe Bennet is, she is Quake / Daisy Johnson / Sky.
Oh my god, spoilers, Ron.
In Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agents of Carter. I'm going to forever call it that now, I think. I like that. It's technically not wrong. So,
yeah.
But she was on a panel at Wizard World Des Moines, and a fan asked, I guess spoilers for S.H.I.E.L.D., but with all the Inhuman stuff going on, and
that's part of their marketing campaign. I don't think that's too bad.
And Hive and all that stuff happening, and it being a global thing, why is, say, Black Widow or Captain America not interested in what the fuck is happening?
Because they're busy punching each other in the face, Ron.
Right? So
they're Spider-Man now. They have to punch Spider-Man in his face.
So she took the opportunity to call out Marvel for this. Something that we all knew just by, if you watch S.H.I.E.L.D. and you watch the movies, you already knew this, but none of them were saying it, is the significance of this. But her response was, I don't know. People who make movies for Marvel, why don't you acknowledge what happens on our show? Why don't you guys go ask them that? Because they don't seem to care. The Marvel Cinematic Universe loves to pretend that everything is connected, but then they don't acknowledge our show at all. So I'd love to do that, but they don't seem too keen on that idea.
So
she will be missed.
There are two sides to this, and first of all, she's right. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the redheaded stepchild of the Marvel Universe.
It really is, and I don't get why.
I get why people fell off the show, because you had to give them literally 15 or so episodes.
Which is ridiculous.
You shouldn't have to give them, honestly, in today's terms, more than like 1 or 2. Yeah. Fucking Better Call Saul, dude.
I try to give a show 3 or 4 because the pilot is generally, as a rule of thumb, the worst episode of any show. Because they have to do everything they can to appease the network to get picked up.
Yeah.
So, generally, I forgo, I'll watch the pilot, but I don't count it towards the show because, they're having to whore themselves out.
It's like, if it's good, it's a plus. If not, whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
But, okay, first of all, people are totally understandable for quitting the show. It's unfortunate because it now is...
I was going to give it the first season and call it Dunsies until... Dunsey, I meant to say Dunsky.
All the Freudian slips of the day.
It's been a long fucking day.
We've been yelling a lot.
Is that why I'm so exhausted?
Damn you, Tetris!
But, I'm really glad that I hung in there because around the time Winter Soldier came out, everything fucking changed in that show. It's like they literally did not get the premiere date they wanted, and they had to bide their time until Winter Soldier happened.
You can actually... I encourage people, if you're wanting to watch it, but you're one of those people where if you try to watch all those episodes, you'll lose interest to the point to where you will quit it and not continue it. Watch the pilot and skip to, episode 15.
Yeah.
Whichever episodes start tying in with the Winter Soldier stuff, it completely set it up to where this current season was better than the Flash season 2. I even finished.
Yeah,
it was
agree.
better. I can't remember a plot hole in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. since season 1.
I mean, it's been insane, and the writing is getting stronger and stronger.
I am notorious for shitting on season 2s of shows. And I didn't give them enough credit. They have one of the best season 2s.
And that being said, S.H.I.E.L.D. was bad enough. We shat on season 1. So it's like...
S.H.I.E.L.D. season 2 was also...
I mean, season 1, the second half of season 1 was, it blew my mind because that wasn't even two halves of the same coin. They weren't the same book even, if you wanted to say they're on the same page. You can't. They're not even the same fucking book. They're completely different shows.
Yeah, they haven't had a bad episode to me since before the Winter Soldier happened.
Yeah.
It has been now they're never
they've had peaks and valleys, but they haven't had a bad episode.
Yeah, what I can say about them is okay, the Flash season 1 is brilliant. And Flash season 2 is what you're talking about with ebbs and flows. Flash season 2 has higher highs than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. gets, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stays a constant 7.5 or an 8. It's never bad. It'll never knock your socks off until that fucking finale. It was fucking amazing. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's very consistent, and it's really hard to keep that good of a pace up for a 22 or 23 episode season.
Yeah. So it's.
But my point was, I get why it shouldn't be as much of a redheaded stepchild within the universe, but you can't ask people to have sat through 90 hours of S.H.I.E.L.D. to understand what's going on in an Avengers film.
I think it's a business thing.
It's also remember the Coulson thing.
Yeah.
Bernardin made a good point on saying how can you expect people to understand the Coulson thing if they just throw them in the Avengers movie and you haven't been one of those people like you or me that have been watching the show. You can't.
Yeah.
It is impossible to explain the storyline of what happened. You know what I mean?
Well, to me, you've had the opportunity to know. You just didn't watch. So
I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah. To me, it's one of those things that, they don't... It probably doesn't make them hardly any money, whereas the MCU is making them all the monies, so they just don't give a shit.
I mean, you get what I'm saying though, with the Coulson thing. It would be very if they threw Coulson into
I
Avengers.
follow you, but the way I look at that also is people. Well, where did Coulson come from? You've had now 2 seasons worth of opportunity to find that out yourself.
Yeah, it's
not like they just tossed him in there. I mean, they would have just tossed him into the movie, but it's not like they just tossed the character.
I guess
what
I'm saying is it is asking a lot for you to go into Avengers 3 and they're do you understand this 10-minute scene of the movie? You really should have been watching those 3 seasons worth of show. It's a big investment.
Yeah, I mean, technically you just need to watch the first season.
Dude, you've watched the first season. That's a bit of an investment.
Yeah. Something else that is an investment, possibly in a good way, Jeff.
Kudos on the segue.
Something that you and I have been saying the last 2-3 weeks, probably on this podcast that we've talked about anything remotely related to CW. Supergirl is moving to CW.
Should have always been on CW.
Should have always been on CW. I'm hoping now that it's on the CW, which is a sister network owned by CBS, but is not CBS. At the same time, Berlanti has a lot more control over what happens, I think. So, because I think being on CBS can kind of mandate things, whereas on CW, they probably don't give as big a shit as what's happening. So, I'm thinking Berlanti will basically have pretty much all the control over this show once it's on CW.
So they've lost a gigantic portion of their budget, which I think will actually help them, because from the episode I watched with The Flash, there was a whole lot of substance over style, or style over substance going. Their special effects looked great,
but nothing else about the show was great.
Nothing else about the show. I really like Melissa Benoist. I thought she was a good choice.
I liked her, and I understood the way they went with the character, because whereas, Clark Kent grew up here and he's basically from our planet, even though he's not from our planet. She was just kind of dropped out of the sky, almost literally here, and is having issues fitting in. I mean, she would. So I get the direction they went with that character, and she's very good at playing that, because that's, I always hate fish out of water stuff, but I would give
outside of Thor 1.
Outside of Thor 1. But the thing that I would give Thor 1 and Supergirl is specifically Melissa Benoist. That is a ridiculously hard part to play. If you really
you
sit
have
down
to play
and think
like
about it.
quirky but not be annoying. It's kind of like a fine line to.
You have to find the fine line, and you have to find a way to be convincing about it because you are not a fish out of water yourself as a person. So, but everything outside of that show was incredibly lame. The firefighters, Jeff. The
Flash and
firefighters.
Supergirl in that episode get their ass handed to them, and the fire department saves the day.
The writers literally had Barry, who is a science geek, fire lightning at living lightning, and was completely shocked when it powered her up. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, but I mean, we're getting a little off topic with it because
I know. But
okay. What worries me is that every time they've added a show,
yes,
the previous show takes a hit to the point where I have officially quit Arrow. I gave them way more of a fucking chance than they deserved, but I've officially quit Arrow. I'm not watching it anymore.
You hung in there a lot longer than I did.
So we get Flash. Flash is fucking amazing. Arrow turns to utter shit. That was the Ra's al Ghul season. Utter, complete dog shit. We get Legends of Tomorrow, and Flash hung in there, still really good, but not as good.
Yeah.
Clearly took a dive.
There's a clear line between season 1 and 2.
And then Legends was good. Legends has been pretty consistently good. Kind of like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like pretty solid, usually most of the time. And then this worries me that what I hope happens is they retain a lot of those same writers, and they have like Berlanti and Kreisberg and all those dudes like drill into their heads like, you no longer have budget to save you. Write it better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what I don't want to have happen is them send a couple of writers from Flash and a couple of writers from Legends. Arrow has no writers to send.
Right.
So, I don't want... I mean, I'm really curious to see what they do with this. I don't want this at the cost, like you made the Carter and Most Wanted connection. I don't want this at the cost of Legends and Flash getting worse, you know?
Yeah. And while I enjoy Legends, you've been all over fucking Legends.
I love me some Legends.
So, yeah, this...
But we're like...
There's always that potential, but at the same time... You know, it's not like it's changing networks, even though that it is, because CW is a part of the CBS family. So there is a chance that most, if not all, of those writers will still have their job on the show.
I'm just a little bit... We have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. I think what's going to happen, though, is that now Berlanti is in charge.
Well, he was he actually is listed as one of the creators over there.
Yes, but
I see your point. They don't have as much.
They don't have
reign.
the network breathing down their neck as hard on CW, I don't think, as they do CBS.
Especially because we talked last week, $3 million licensing fees and shit like that per episode.
Because the feeling that I got with everything still being Berlanti Productions between CW and then Supergirl, the feeling that I got is if you watch any of the CW stuff, you know, with the exception of Arrow,
what is this?
There's a clear line there between it, even though Berlanti is still in charge, because it feels like CBS is more or less saying you work for us, where CW is please make us popular and giving them money. So
I'm really curious to see how they revamp it. It just also pains me because if this was the route it was going to take, I wish it had always been on CW, because it would have been... Yeah. We would have probably watched all of season 1 of Supergirl.
Berlanti is getting his own little Justice League together, is basically what's happening.
Little.
It's not
It's going to be like... I'm still waiting. I want Arrow canceled, and I want my fucking Teen Titans show run.
Yes.
Really bad.
Something we don't want really bad is...
I need to step outside, smoke a cigarette.
Is Fox. The network who brings you great... what the fuck do they bring you?
They bring you Gotham, Ron.
Oh yes. The network that brings you Gotham is bringing you Lethal Fucking Weapon. I believe that's the actual running title, too. Lethal Fucking Weapon.
I would watch it if it was called Lethal Fucking Weapon.
This trailer was 3 minutes long, and it's basically the Cliff Notes of the first movie.
But done way worse than the actual movie. Ron, why do we live in this world? Why does it make me sad?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's so terrible. Dude, okay, I really like First Lethal Weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking Shane Black. Fucking good script. Why is Wayne's brother playing Danny Glover's role? That is sacrilege, dude.
Yeah.
That is fucking Hollywood sacrilege.
It is.
Ugh.
And then I don't know what the fuck's going on with the Mel Gibson role.
Dude. Okay, first of all, I want to point this out. He's not doing a Lethal Weapon Mel Gibson impression. He's doing a post-fucking crazy Mel Gibson impression. What the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know.
This angers me. It really does.
That trailer was completely ridiculous. And from what I got about it, that first season is just going to be the first movie. But what it's going to turn into, Jeff, is just another police drama, cop drama, I think.
First of all, so glad CSI is over. I just want to point that out.
Yes.
The last CSI officially got canceled. Thank God. I'm just waiting now for NCIS. We need those bastards to... How has the fucking television industries of Hollywood not run out of ways to kill people?
I don't know.
When you add up all 35 Law and Orders and all 25 of the CSIs and NCIS, all like 5 of those they have, there are like 80 combined seasons.
Then there was like Castle and there was everything else like that. Fucking Limitless.
Criminal Minds, that was another one that had a couple
Spot.
How?
I don't know.
How are they still coming up with ways for people to die?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
There's always something different about this particular body found in this dumpster that the last show found in this same dumpster last week. I don't know.
I'm shaking my head.
I don't get it. This next one that it looks like you were shaking your head at by putting the word sign next to it in the notes is more in your wheelhouse because I've never seen 24, but I have a feeling that the 24 Legacy trailer did not sell you.
Okay. 24, the actual 24 with Kiefer Sutherland is one of those shows where, like, when the season was good, it was fucking amazing. And when the season was bad, it was, like, still watchable, but kind of dumb, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, something like that. Like, when 24 was good, it was pretty awesome. I'm a fan. The last real creative thing to happen on television, I think, was actually that running format where it was in real time.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking clever for a TV show.
That is.
It was done really, really well. Obviously, it led to problems. It's like, well, it's 12:58. Something bad's about to happen. That happened a lot. You know? This fucking trailer, dude. If this trailer
was about the 1 o'clock hour in the day just them on the lunch break.
I would. Or like at the photocopier. Like 3:38 p.m. Like
10. Like I don't know. Kiefer Sutherland for like 10 minutes just taking a shit. 10 minutes of the episode.
No, but like this spinoff is 24 Legacy, and they have a new character. They have no recurring characters. 24 was one of those things where they had some other characters they could have used for a spinoff.
Right.
They've created a completely new character, and good God, this is the most.
So there's no legacy to 24 Legacy, is what you're saying?
There is. This is literally one of the most bland trailers I think I've ever seen.
Fan 4 stick.
Yeah. Straight up 20 Fan 4 stick.
Very well done.
Thank you. Put that on the cover of the DVD. Thank you. Fucking this trailer, dude. I was like, it was like 2.5 minutes long, and it was one of those things where it was like minute and a half in, phone. What's on Twitter? It is so fucking bland. You know what? This is actually a huge problem, I think, with Hollywood. Hollywood, especially on the local channels, Fox, CBS, ABC, and CBS, do not seem to understand we live in a post-Breaking Bad and post-Game of Thrones world.
Yes.
TV has fucking changed. You cannot get away with this fucking cookie-cutter bullshit anymore.
You know why they can?
Because the brand.
Well, not fucking, just that. It's mostly like the seniors watching it, isn't it?
Well, 24, it's not as bad as...
Not 24, but like all the NCIS stuff.
Oh, yeah, all that shit. The demographic
CSI.
is like totally all like 45 and up.
Yeah.
Like, you know anyone under the age of 50 that watches, what's the geek one? Big Bang Theory? Everyone I know that watches that is like...
And they're all shocked that I don't. Yeah.
The trailer, the action scenes are boring. The acting is boring. I don't give a shit. I have seen every episode of 24. I won't watch it.
Really?
It was so boring. It was so painfully dull. I don't even care. I won't watch it.
20 Fan 4 stick. That was amazing. I'm still on that in my head. Something else that I feel like you're probably not going to watch by the moderate sign next to it.
Actually,
it sounds more interesting than 20 fan 4-stick. See, I fucked it up. I don't know how you did that so flawlessly. The prison oh my god. This turned into a train wreck all of a sudden.
No expletives. There will be Freudian slips.
The Prison Break revival trailer. I don't know. I mean, I don't
I'll actually watch this. I'll give it a shot. I will say that.
I don't have anything to say for it. I don't have anything to say against it. I mean, other than just now TV is finally rehashing things. They're following suit of the movies.
That's Fox too. Is Lethal Weapon 24 and Prison Break, is that all Fox?
That's all Fox.
God damn it. Those motherfuckers.
We watched Lethal Weapon and Prison Break both on the Fox YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but, you know, it's more Captain Cold and Heatwave. If nothing else.
It blows my mind seeing them back in that role again. Which is weird, because I watched all of Prison Break. I think it was 4 seasons.
Yeah.
I have seen them more as the Prison Break characters. But
now, you fell in love with them.
I fell in love with them on the Flash and Legends stuff. So, like, seeing them now back doing that, I'm like, no, go back to Legends. I want to see you guys, like...
No.
I want to see... What? No. I want to see you guys punching fucking Vandal Savage, not...
Right.
And then, okay. I will give this a shot.
Leonard Snart, robber of ATMs.
So good. I will give this show a shot, but goddamn, how many times can we break out of prison on Prison Break?
I know, seriously.
It's so dumb.
You
want to know what my recommendation is for people who are curious about the show? Watch season 1 and stop. Because season 1 was actually really kind of cool. Like, it was a cool little concept. The acting's good because, you know, those guys can act. They're good on Legends.
And I was actually going to say, their roles in that are pretty much nothing like their roles in Legends. They've got some pretty good range.
It was to the point where
you can draw parallels between Mick and whatever the fuck his name is.
Dude,
in that.
Wentworth Miller.
But Wentworth Miller is completely different.
He was always solid. Like, he was never, like, bad on Prison Break. But when I saw him just kind of, like, go to town on Flash, I was like, holy hell, he can act.
I can't think of the guy's name that plays Mick, but...
Dominic Purcell.
Yeah. He's completely different in Blade Trinity, too.
Yeah.
As Dracula. So.
Yeah. I will give this a shot, but I have no hopes for this.
I mean, like I said, it's a thing. I mean... I don't have any interest.
It looks like the fucking Godfather compared to 24 Legacy and fucking Lethal Weapon. I can tell you that.
I'll tell you one thing that...
Oh, I'm excited for this.
That we want to watch, but we are not watching.
I'm so excited.
I cannot wait for Preacher. What are we, a week away from Preacher?
Sunday night. We are, 3 days away now?
3 days away. So, Jeff, we've been waiting for this show since the announcement about, a year ago?
I've been waiting for this show since I read the comic, 8 years ago.
Yeah, but the announcement for the show, official announcement was, a year ago?
Something like that.
So why the fuck, right now, would I watch the first 5 minutes of the first episode now, when in about 3 or 4 days, after waiting a year already, I could watch the whole episode?
Do you think it's just for people who have literally no idea what it is?
It must be. And there must be something intense about those first 5 minutes, because what is it? Just the opening titles and him, drinking and smoking? Because
from some critics that I trust, the word of mouth for Preacher, at least as far as the first episode they went around for South by Southwest, people for the most part really, really loved it. So I'm super excited. I bet they do have I wouldn't be surprised if the bar fight is the first 5 minutes to establish Jesse Custer.
It's got to be something, right? Like you drew the parallel between the first 7 minutes of Dark Knight being on I Am Legend. It's got to be something clever
it has to be a draw. It can't just be,
him sitting on the church pew with his feet up on the pew in front smoking, right?
I'll still like that when I actually get to watch the episode, but...
Yeah. But, I mean, my point is
kind of... Yeah, you're right. It's pointless. It's pretty pointless.
Why do we need this when here in just a few days I can see the entire 60-minute or 45-minute episode?
It must be... I mean, okay, it's AMC. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It must just be purely for people dicking around on YouTube that have never heard of it.
If 5 minutes is awesome, I'm going to be pissed that I only got the 5 minutes.
And you have to wait.
Yeah.
First taste is free, bitch.
Again, nicely done.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I mean, that's all I had to say on that. I'm super stoked for the show.
Oh, I'm so fucking excited, dude.
Super stoked to get an entire season of Dominic Cooper.
Oh, my God. This is like his first time ever, like... I mean, he's led in movies, but him being like a focal point in a show is really, really cool.
Yeah. I mean, and he's awesome as a supporting role in the MCU and stuff, but...
So excited, dude.
I mean,
it's gonna
come
be...
on.
Dude, it's... Preacher...
I know nothing about this comic, and look at me. I sat up in my chair to talk about this.
This is like your Doctor Strange of TV, kind of.
Pretty much, yeah.
Preacher, dude, is so fucking dark and so awesome. I think you and I easily could end up having this on our top fives. Like, I think it's really gonna hit with us.
Yeah, that's why I haven't been making my list yet, because I haven't seen this yet. But yeah, the last thing that we had to talk about here is I know that we've bitched a little long today.
Didn't happen. It was all sunshine and rainbows over here. Damn you, Tetris! I'm gonna put that on my gravestone. Damn you, Tetris! With the little blocks.
Just the little L block, the upside down L block.
The T in Tetris is the T block. Yeah.
This is actually some pretty awesome news. Toby Jones, you most likely don't know the name, but you know the face.
You know Arnim fucking Zola.
Yes, he's Zola in the MCU, and in Doctor Who, one of my favorite Doctor Who's, he's the Dream Lord.
So good.
Oh,
when they eventually do Mirror Master on the Flash, if it's half as good as that,
yes,
it's gonna be fucking incredible.
I've wanted the Dream Lord to recur. That end of that episode says that he can basically. But
I bet if they ever do, it'll be a different actor because I don't think they want to pay him for Doctor Who.
Yeah, I know, but still at least bring back the character.
Before he blew up with Captain America, they easily could have brought him back.
Oh yeah. And even if it's a different actor, I mean that still kind of fits.
It's an amazing concept.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're getting more off topic, but Toby Jones has been cast as an unknown villain in Sherlock.
Which, first of all, Sherlock's fucking awesome. You need to get caught up. Where are you guys at, by the way?
I've got 5 left.
You got 5 left.
The Hounds of Baskerville.
It's a cool one. They're all good.
I can tell by the name. That's one of my favorite stories.
Dude, Sherlock, if you haven't watched Sherlock, it's fucking brilliant. And
to be clear, because my dad gets that confused with Elementary...
and also the Robert Downey Jr. stuff.
And the Robert Downey Jr. stuff. It's the Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman.
The good one. Not
the good
Elementary.
One.
Not that garbage ass shit on CBS. Fuck you, CBS. And your no accents. I am so angry today. I apologize.
No, this is the best podcast we've done in a while. But yeah, no. I mean, I cannot get an... let's not forget his major role, his major contribution to the Hunger Games. I don't know what, 30-second screen time Toby Jones has.
I didn't even know he was fucking in Hunger Games.
Yeah, he's...
is he one of the ones I haven't seen?
Stanley Tucci. He's with Stanley Tucci in the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that completely...
I'll show you when we're done here. I think one of his lines is "oh," and another one of his lines is he just nods.
That's starting to ring a bell. Yeah. I don't know why the fuck you'd have him in the movie for like hardly at all.
Yeah, I think that's why in all the following ones it's just Stanley Tucci. So yeah, but
Sherlock's fucking awesome, and if you haven't seen it, I think it's also on Netflix, right?
Or it's all on Netflix.
They might not have that brand new one that just came out over Christmas, which was fucking amazing. Like one of my favorite ones they've done.
Yeah, no, nothing that recent, but everything else was up, I believe.
So this is Sherlock. So we'll get.
I love the format. Every episode's a movie, basically.
Yeah, they do series of 3 hour and 45-minute long movies.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's one of those things. Never had a bad one. They just range from 7.5 to 9.
Well, when you take that long to hash out a story,
I was just about to make a joke. We'll get this in 2019. It's brutal how long it takes them to do this. But it's worth it when it comes out. Yeah, they're fucking good.
Yeah, I know. I'm loving every second of it. Chris loves it, but we're just so far behind on everything right now. Daredevil's our next stop.
Really?
And once everything's wrapped up.
I figure, because I do that too, I'm going to be starting either House of Cards or Vikings, I think, after I still need to finish Evangelion, but then I think in my next normal show, it'll be one of those two.
Cool. Well, I mean, that pretty much wraps up. We have no video game news this week.
I couldn't fit it in. We fucking... Yeah. I knew I wouldn't have a voice left from screaming by this point. So it's why bother?
But, yeah, so... I guess you want to sign us out?
Yeah, if you guys like to check us out more, please like and subscribe. You get all of our content.
You don't have to sound so desperate. Please like and subscribe.
First taste is free, motherfuckers. Like and subscribe. That gets you all of our podcasts, commentaries, let's plays. I already plugged the Night's Watch earlier, our Game of Thrones thing, but let's do it a second time. Because we're already in the shameless, portion of the show.
Branding.
So, yeah, we do tonight's watch. Our recap of the current episode of Game of Thrones goes up every Sunday night. Check that out. If you'd like to follow us on social media, check out Facebook and Twitter just in the description below for those links. If you know anyone else, friends or family that would really, really like us, question mark, we would really appreciate that share. And I need to go, take a nap or something because I'm exhausted.
I'm Jeff. You're reaching the delirious stage.
Yeah, well, that was a long time ago.
I'm Ron.
Damn you, Tetris.